everyone and welcome back to my channel. I thought today, I didn't really know what to do. I've got lots of ideas but I couldn't focus on anything, so I thought, right, what I'll do is a pick 10. I haven't done one of those for ages, and for people who are new to my channel, I'll explain a little bit about what the pick 10 thing is. On these lolly sticks I have got lots of different prompts. I'll go through a few of them. So this one says use sprays, use ink, add texture paste, collage newspaper or magazine text, add spatters or drips, add diamonds, all sorts of things like that. All things that I have tailored to myself. Now I've got my original sticks, I think the idea from Maggie Lockley, Waste Some Time with Maggie. If you don't know Waste Some Time with Maggie, you should pop over and have a look at her channel, because she does wonderful things, but she's the queen of the pick 10 sticks. Now she does them, I think she pulls one out and then does her and does it and then pulls another one out. What I tend to do, I have done it that way, it is harder to do it that way, because then you end up with things that you usually put at the bottom on the top and that kind of way, and that's fine, and it's, you know, I don't mind doing that, but I've also got quite an ordered mind and I prefer to have my sticks and then think about what I'm going to do. So I think that's what I'll do today. But before I do that, I thought I'd have a quick flip through. It's been so long since I did a pick 10 that I couldn't remember what was my pick 10 album, and I pulled this out and looked at it. I thought, no, that's not it. And then I looked at other things, and in the end I had to go back to one of my videos to look at some of the videos for the pick 10s to realise it was indeed this album. So I just have a very quick flick through of some of the pages that I have created over the years. And this is just from 10 random prompts. Some are better than others. You know, some of the prompts you get are hard to deal with, and sometimes you, even with prompts, you kind of forget and not think about, you know, what you could and couldn't do. But you know, some of them I'm not so fussed about. I mean, they're not awful, but they're not brilliant. Some of them I really love. Like that I quite like. It's nice and bright. The parrots, I think that was a napkin. A toucan. And a flamingo. I like this one as well. It's really nice and bright. She says not showing you. They're the sort of Betsy Doodle style flowers. I must have been making those, and with buttons as well. I mean, usually these are things I've got knocking around on my desk, which is why I've used them. That has been stuck onto there by the looks of it. Never mind. That's cut out well. I wonder if that's my die or not. I think I've got a puzzle die, but those gold ones have come out brilliantly. That one I like, kind of pastel colours. October 2020, that one. Goodness me, I usually put a date on it. The last one I've done was the 29th of November 2020. That's almost 2 years ago. Right, it's definitely time to do one. So what I'll do is I will pull out my sticks so that I know what I'm using. Then I'll go and grab all my kit, things that I want to use, and then and my paper, and then I'll come back and we'll do the thing together. So 10 sticks, let's have a little, I'm not looking, I'm just twizzling them. And the first one, add tissue or napkin to cover something. Right, that's the first one. And I'm not going to do them in any order. That's the other thing. Outline something and smudge it. I don't know if you can see those or not. Put that there. Add a quote. Because those are things, you know, it depends on where you're going with what you're doing, but adding a quote, I might go and print one off, but it's hard to do that in the middle of it with the camera running and everything. Right, add a border. Whoops, I'm not sure you're seeing that. Add a border to at least one side. Let's have that one. Use Inktense pencils. They're always good. So what's that? 2, 4, 5. Oh, use coloured pencils. I'm thinking, because I'm using Inktense, I might not do that one. I might, see, that's the other thing. I get a bit bolshy and decide I'm not doing it. It's a bit similar to what we've got with the Inktense, so I'm not going to. Right, use a stencil. Use markers or gel pens. I'll keep that one in. So we've got 7 there. Oops. Add flowers. Add random letters. My camera's in a funny place. I need to move that. So we've got 4, 8, 9. Last one. This one. Oh, use ink. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do another one. Add an image with a homemade stamp. With a homemade stamp. Okay. Right. That's it then. That's what we're doing. Those are the ones. 10 prompts. I'm going to go and gather some of these things, get my paper ready, and then I will be back, she says, to complete my artwork. Right, I'm going to move the sticks because I've got a photo of them on my phone by the side of me. It gives me a bit more space. There's this piece of paper that I'm working with. It's 18 centimetres squared, and I've picked that napkin because I thought that's quite bright and cheerful. Probably use that if I can. And it says homemade stamps. Well, the only ones I could put my hand on were these that I've made mainly for the gel plate, and they're made with foam, die cut foam layered up on a bit of polystyrene or something. I don't know what that is, packing material. But I don't know how well these will work, so I'm going to have a play with those first, because if it doesn't work I will need to rethink. So I've got some paper, a card here. I've got to decide what I'm going to use. Maybe distress ink, or what have we got? I'm just looking, where's that napkin gone? Looking at the colours: red, orange, pink, purple, blue. Let's have a look and see. Right, I'm going to use some Memento ink. No idea if this will work or not, or how much ink we need, or let's have a look, because they have been used for painting mainly, so I could perhaps do something with that. I mean, it's not perfect. Maybe. I mean, it's never going to be perfect with a homemade stamp, is it? I'm going to cut them out, so I'm not bothered if we get like corners of the thing. That's not too bad. Right, not perfect, but just trying to get rid of some of the ink off of there now, she says. Right, let's try with a different colour. Let's try this red one. Maybe I could layer them up. I think the stamps originally, the dies were meant for layering up. Yeah, that will do. That will do. I'm getting an idea. Right, now let's see if I can. I don't know if I've got a yellow. No. In that case, we're going to have to resort to maybe a bit of distress ink. Is that likely to work? This looks pretty dark, this one. I'm a bit worried about it. I might be able to use that. Right, I'm gonna see what these are like. If I don't like them, then we'll move on and do something else. Let me cut them out and I'll spare you that. I don't think these are too bad. You can layer up a bit like that. So I've got 2 of those, hopefully. Something like that. And then just 1 of them like that. I thought that'd be too big anyway, if not, and I can mix and match whatever I decide. So I think I'll keep those. So I'm going to put those to one side for now, put them up there. Right, so let's have a look and see how we're doing. I need to think about the background, I think. Let's get this and remove the layers. Right, that's 1. I'm pretty certain there'll be another one. Yep, there is. Just got to rip into it to get it. Perhaps. Probably not the best place to go for it, where it is. I'm trying to not ruin much of it. There we go. But where it's stamped sort of embossed at the edges, it kind of, I guess that's why, to kind of seal it. Okay, so now we've got our, just pulling these things out of the way so that I've got some space. Now we've got our napkin. Now we need to decide what we're going to use and how we're going to use it, and I think I am going to rip it and have a torn edge. So let's see what happens. She says, oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be using water. That's the best way to do it. There we go. Let's put that to one side because we could use that for another project. And then we've got something like that. I'm just going to take this bit of the napkin away. And then I'm going to glue it on. Let's get that on and then we'll have started something, won't we? I've got some matte medium here. Just washed my mat, so I'm a bit precious about getting glue all over it. Right, it's gone on a bit skew-whiff, but that is fine. Probably do with a little bit more. A little bit more of the gel. So if anybody is interested in sort of doing the Pick 10 thing, I would gladly send you my prompts if you email me. I will email you back with them. And then you can tailor them to your own needs, because I think I've got mine from Maggie, and then I just changed the products that I don't have, added in some products that I did have, and to be honest, it was 2 years ago, so I've got many more things now that I could use. So perhaps the sticks are due a upgrade. Right, that's fine. going to let that dry, or shall I rip this off now? I can always sort of neaten it up with a pair of scissors, but that's better. Let's move that out of the way. Right, that's going to need to dry. Let's have a look and see what we can do next, so we get an idea of what we can do. So far I've used my stamp, my homemade stamp. I do need to do some random letters, which I will do, and I need to add flowers. So we've got the flowers, gel pens I can do at the end, use a stencil, use Inktense pencils, add a border to at least one side. Add a quote, that can go at the end, outline something and smudge it, and I've used the tissue paper, so that's okay. Right, I think I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to come back with a stencil. Now I'll come back and I've got a flower stencil which is not dissimilar to this, and I'm thinking I might have a go at using it. I don't know how this will work. Now I'm gonna, no, it's not cheating, because whenever I do this, people, you know, not to say people say you're cheating, but it's not cheating to bend the rules a bit, because the Pick 10, the whole idea of it is to, you know, to help with your creativity, and you know, if you're in a crafting slump, is to give you some ideas and things. You don't have to be rigid about it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. That's why I put sticks back sometimes. I put sticks back because I don't want to do it. I put them back because they're a bit similar to what I've got. You know, you're in control of it. It's to give you some ideas. It's not meant to give this rigid thing that you have to do. So I am not bending the rules a lot, but I'm going to use my Inktense pencils, but it's whether or not you take outline something and smudge it exactly to mean, you know, to mean that exactly. So what I'm doing is outlining with my stencil with my Inktense pencils. Oh, perhaps I'll do that actually. So I'm using my stencil. I did outline the petals, and I will be smudging it shortly with water. Because why not? I hope this will work. Ah, do you know what? I'll tell you why that won't work. Because a bit of the stencil is... There's a bit of the stencil still in there. I was drawing on top of it. It's gone now. Right, let's do another one this colour down here. Maybe coming off the page, I don't know. Right, got the microphone this time. Now there's lots of little flowers here, and I thought I'd use some gel pens to reproduce something similar. Not too many. And I might come back and use gel pens for some other things in due course. We'll decide. Right, let me just check on my phone and see what we've done. Tissue paper, yes. Outline something and smudge it, yes. Not done the quote yet. Haven't done a border. Use the Inktense pencils, yes. And a stencil and gel pens. Add flowers, we've got those to go. Random letters. And we've used an image with a homemade stamp. So we need to do random letters. Let's see what I can do with that. Let's just say random, because I was about to use the word flower and I'm thinking that's not random, is it? So let me get, I've got somewhere some alphabet stamps. And I think I'm going to use, whoops, they're all dropping out, my typewriter. Right, let's get I have a missing stamp block since yesterday. I don't know where it's gone. I have to use this big one, which is fine, but it's just a little bit precarious for, more like to get smudging, but we'll see how we go. Right, random letters. We don't want numbers, so I'm just going to pick something and use it. But what colour shall we use? Maybe we'll have a bit of orange if I can find it. Always the one at the bottom. Right. I don't know how well these print, but it's not going to matter. Let's just stick some random. Let's pick another one. Got a B this time, but it's upside down. What's that one? Oh, T. Pop that down there. Right, I think that will constitute random. I feel like I need to do another one, so let's just pick that. It's a P. And not to put it on this side, I'm just going to keep it over here. I think that will do. Right, let me move those up there. So we've now used random letters. Oh, brain's gone. What else do we need to do? Add a border to one side, at least one side. What kind of border does it mean? I did used to have a bag full of borders that you could just stick on. Some were from Betsy Doodle and some I'd made myself. Can I find it? No, I can't. Perhaps we'll just doodle a border. We could do that. Just going for this. Right, there's my border down one side. Let's double check where we're at. Tissue paper, yes. Outline something, yes. Need to do a quote. Done the border, use that, that. Add the flowers. That's it, really. So where are my flowers? Up here. Hopefully. It won't look too weird. And because I've used some black down here, I think I'll probably give them some black stems and things. Something like that, I'm thinking. And maybe just one down there or something like that. It's hard to see them, so I might have to outline them with something. Right, what have we got that will stick them on? What sort of flower stem shall we do? I'm just gonna go straight down. I'm going to go over it and deliberately not go straight on top of the line. There, that will do. Same goes for this one. It's really hard sometimes not to draw directly over the line when you don't want to. That will do, I think. Do we want some leaves? Contemplating drawing round them. And I think I will. And I think what I'm going to do is just draw around the outsides of these. And I'm thinking, now I've done that, shall I add a leaf or two? It looks like it needs something. That will do. Right, I want something in the centre of these. Let me see what I have. Oh, I've got some blue dots. They will do. Medium one in there or a big one, I don't know. Can't decide. Let's have a look. Like, I don't know what they are. They're plastic, but they look like enamel dots. That would do. was thinking of doing a smaller one here, but if it looks silly I'll take it off and put a bigger one on. No, that will do. Right. What next? I know I need a quote. I'm thinking I need to do around the edge in something. But what? Let me just trim that. I might go yellow because that would be a bit more cheerful, wouldn't it? Right, where is my little, there it is, my little sponge. Oh, I don't know if I like it now. Do you know what? I think it needs some black around the outside. I don't think the yellow is helping. I'm going to just come in a bit with the yellow, like that. But I think it's going to need a black edge. Okay, that didn't really do it for me. So I think I'm going to go around the outside in black, a thick black pen. But I'll do that in a minute. Do I want any more? Do I want to add anything else, like some random, what colours? Red maybe. Right, happier with that. Happier, but I'm thinking I might even use my Sharpie or maybe that pen. I don't feel like these are dark enough around here. Right, let's just double check. So add tissue paper or napkin to cover something, outline something and smudge it, that was those flowers. Add a quote I'm going to do. Add a border to at least one side. Use Inktense pencils, which I have done. Use a stencil, which I have done. Use markers or gel pens. Add flowers, which I have done. Add random letters. And add an image with a homemade stamp. Yep, so we just need to find a quote. I'm just going to do this. That's what I'm going to do. I just had another thought, but I'm thinking, no, stop already. There we go, that's my Stabilo All pencil, and that's A little bit more smudging. There we go, that will do. Start doing things you love. And that's my pick 10. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And let me know if you want me to do more of those, because they're quite fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe and well, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.